take some questions. Yes, ma'am.
About a year ago, you were up here in Fort Wayne announcing that there were going to be cases like this.
Yes.
Going to be the federal versus the local court system. Can you talk about the impact you think this is going to have in terms of potential sentencings and why it's better to do it this way rather than piecemeal in the local court?
Yeah, well, first of all, we've got some different tools that my state colleagues don't have. But believe me, I've done a lot of work and many times have asked my state colleagues to prosecute a case throughout northern Indiana. So it's a team effort, and what we try and do is look at each case on the merits and try and figure out which system works the best for the prosecution. Because of the volume of cocaine that we can attribute to this organization, the sentencings, if convicted, and the indictment, of course, is merely an allegation. If convicted, I would suspect the sentencing in the federal court with this amount will be significant. Second thing is, I indicated we would be forfeiting this property, and that is something that we can return to our local law enforcement partners. Assuming we forfeit, for example, almost $6 million in United States currency, we should be able to give back to our local law enforcement partners 80% of that. So that's what, $4.8 million that we can get back to local law enforcement for law enforcement purposes. The third point I make on some of our larger federal prosecutions, and I touched on it here as well, is we've got the ability to hold these guys without bond. And that's a big difference maker out there on the streets as well. And as I indicated, none of these individuals are going to get bond. So, yes, sir.
You mentioned 100 kilograms of cocaine.
Yeah.
100 kilos. What's the street value of that amount?
Kilo, what? 25,000 a kilo? Is that a ballpark? 20,000? Yeah, much higher. 30,000. They're telling me. So multiply that 30,000 by 100, so we're in the millions easily.
And following up with that, crimes don't report themselves. What tipped you off? How did you uncover?
Not going to comment on that, other than to say this is a cohesive, organized effort, and the men and women of all of these agencies up here are constantly out there on the streets and putting pieces together.
Proactively looking.
They're, yes, that's exactly right. Yes, sir. Yeah. Hey, Rebecca.
You used the term before with like Chesney and the meeting cases. These are drug trafficking at the wholesale
Yes,
level.
definitely here. In fact, this is not cocaine distribution network where they're selling, 1/8 of an ounce out on the streets, things like that. This is a high-level distribution network of kilogram quantities at a time.
And I don't know if you could answer this. In a community, how many of these networks at the wholesale level tend to?
Yeah, I probably don't want to comment exactly on that, but this makes a giant dent. This makes a giant dent, absolutely. Yes, ma'am.
I do have one last thing.
Sure.
Alan Bass was the kingpin in all of this, and he was the last to fall. Can anyone comment on his reaction when he was brought in?
No comment on that, sorry. Anything else? Good, thank you very much, appreciate it.